Good morning, students.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, students.
Good morning, sir.
I can hear your voice. Good morning, students.
Good morning, sir.
When you look at the board here, you are going to find out that we have a new topic. Our topic for today is what I call types of gender. Can I say types of gender?
Types of gender.
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 Do you know that when we talk about gender, so many people will think that the only gender we have is the male and female gender? No. Rather, gender is the way of people, how people think about themselves emotionally, socially, and how they communicate with the environment. That is gender. In other words, we have different types of gender because we have the transgender, we have the cisgender, we have the agender, we have the male, we have the female, and other genders. But the three most important gender and the most popular gender that I'm going to treat today is the first one I have here is the male gender. Can I say male?
Male.
Let there be coordination. Can I say male?
Male.
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 You know I cannot teach my biology without adding it Igbo. This in Igbo is called nwoke. Can I say nwoke?
Nwoke.
Nwoko.
Nwoke.
Okay.
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 Nwoke.
Okay.
Nwoke.
Okay.
I will leave this and go to this. This gender is the female gender. Can I say female gender?
Female gender.
Female gender.
Female gender.
Let's bring it back to Igbo. It is called the nwunye. Can I say nwunye?
Nwunye.
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 That is why we have oke na nwunye. Igbo biology. That is why we have okay now. Because this gender can combine with this gender and they get married in reproduction. Can I say munye?
Munye.
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 Okay.
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 Onabakwa.
Onabakwa.
Onabakwa. Good. We are going to come to this later. But before we go to this, let's go to the similarities. The difference, the similarities, and the comparison of this male gender and the female gender. Which means we are going to be talking about what this gender has and what this gender has and what this one has and what this one did not have. For us to talk about the differences and the similarities in this gender, I have to introduce what I call rhythmical biology. Can I say rhythmical biology?
Rhythmical biology.
Rhythmical biology.
Rhythmical biology.
What is rhythmical biology? It's an act of adding rhythm to the study. We call it set induction, or we call it educandi. What are these things that I mentioned? This is trying to pick some values, add some fun, add some gains to learning, to encourage learning, for you to learn fast. So right now, I am going to be using rhythmical biology to give the similarities and the difference in this gender. For instance, this gender, when a head, they have head. This gender when a head. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So to add it in rhythmical biology, we said that nkang welisi, nkang welisi,
Nkang welisi, nkang welisi.
nkang welisi, nkang welisi,
Nkang welisi, nkang
umunne
welisi.
nkang were olu, nkang were olu,
Nkang were olu, nkang were olu.
wana nkang wana nkang wana akpobi.
Nkang were ara, nkang were
Asị na
akpobi.
nkang wana nkang wana akpobi.
Nkang were ara, nkang were akpobi.
In rhythmical biology, while you sing, you can demonstrate. Watch me. Nkang wana nkang wana akpobi.
Nkang were ara, nkang were
Asị na
akpobi.
nkang wana nkang wana akpobi.
Nkang were ara, nkang were akpobi.
Nkang nwere ọnụ ara ọgba tete.
Nkang were ọnụ ara, ọgba
Asị m
tete.
nkang nwere ọnụ ara ọgba tete.
Nkang were ọnụ ara, ọgba tete.
Nkang nwere ọhụ nkang nwere oje mba.
Nkang were ọnụ, nkang were oje.
Nkang nwere ọhụ nkang nwere oje mba.
Nkang were ọnụ, nkang were oje.
Have you forgotten rhythmical reproduction and demonstration? That's very good. Thank you very much. Update is among. Thank you. So when you are pronouncing or adding rhythmical, as you add rhythmical, you can demonstrate. Like when I taught you guys scrutum, I told you if you want to mention scrutum, when you come to my exam, I ask what is this. If you do like this, I will give you mark. Because this is the representation of scrutum. You cannot mention scrutum in my class while smiling. Scrutum. So why mentioning this in rhythmical representation, you can as well add the value of its, demonstration. That is why we say nkang wana ọhụ nkang nwere oje mba.
Nkang were ọnụ, nkang were oje.
Nkang nwere ọhụ nkang nwere oje mba.
Nkang were ọnụ, nkang were oje.
Nkang nwere ire ọhụ ọshankọta.
Nkang were ire ọhụ, ọsọ nkọta.
Good. This one has ire ọhụ. Why this one has This one has Irohu. Why this one has? Yes, this one has you know another pronunciation for Irohu is what? Again. Onabakwa. When I taught you people about pubic hair, I told you that this gender has pubic hair and this gender has pubic hair. That is why in reproduction, I always tell people, this gender is not supposed to remove the ashi. Why? Because during reproduction, the pubic hair, ashi, onyeke wine, and the onyeke woke, they will come together. It is called coalition of hair. In Igbo, can I say Njakatashi? Ozo. Onabakwa. That is what we call it, coalition of. It is coming out in your exam. Coalition of. In the Igbo, yes, when this ashi comes and this ashi comes, they meet. It helps in reproduction. Now, let's go to this gender. Like I told you earlier, I told you that this gender is what? Obakurunwoke. You have to give me the biological representation and the introduction. Obakurunwoke. You know what is Obakurunwoke? This is a reptile that we call the centipede. But in Igbo language, we call it Obakurunwoke. Why do we use this Obakurunwoke? It's because in the morning, you can meet them as man or woman. But in the evening, they will turn. Before, some of them will be speaking as a woman, but when they have problem or police guide them or in court, they turn to, during film, they'll turn to man. You hear the origin name. Or in their bank forms, they'll appear as woman. But when you go to their bank form, you see male. That is why we call them Obakurunwoke. Good. When you look here, you can see, here is Akbobi, here is the Uku. And inside here, we might not know what is inside until we know. We might not know what is inside until we know. That is why we call it Obakurunwoke. Then in reproduction, this gender can go with this gender to form reproduction. This gender can go with this gender. This gender can go with this gender. But this gender, we are going to have that in our next topic. Any questions so far, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
This one at the middle is confusing me personally.
Okay.
This one you say is transplant, transgender.
Yes.
At the West, it has this kind of a lady.
Yes.
So if you remove that part there, what are we going to see inside there?
That's very good. This is a very technical question. This is the type of question I need in my biology class. It's a technical question. Now, when you look at here, you will see that I closed. In my other classes, I used to keep everything open. But today I'm teaching them that I have to wear this one and wear this one. But I have to close it. Because when I taught you this in Igbo, what did I tell you they call it in Igbo? Yes, sometimes we don't know what is inside. They are confusing us. You don't know whether it is amu or But in my next class, I'm going to open it for everybody to see what is. What?
I will tell you now, sir.
Okay, what is inside?
I expect there that
Okay, your dealer. Okay, okay, he said that his dealer is here. That is still why we call it Obakurunwoke. We don't know. During my next class, I am going to disenvelope. I'm going to unveil those things that is inside here, because this has the combination of two characters, Obakurunwoke. One, you don't know if this is Ojemba or this is okay?
Yes, sir.
Onabakwa. All right, final question. Let's go to another topic.
Sir, you get what they confuse me.
Okay.
If you see, go see that male get novel.
Yes.
The female get novel.
Yes.
Why that transgender not gonna get anything?
What is your name? Can you put your hands together for him? Put your hands together for him. I told you I like technical questions in my class. If you give me technical questions, it gives me happy. It brings up the biology in me. Now watch. This gender is truthful. Sometimes that's why the pants is here. Here we call it the West. We call it the West. Good, or Uku. This is the male gender. It has never. The pants ever is not West. No, okay, listen, man, this is not West. Sometimes in reproduction, if you are begging a woman, give me something, after the woman will go. She won't give you something. You will be complaining now. It is not Uku. It is called, can I say, Isha. So this is the, stop saying that Obalalam Nuku. From today, we said that Obalalam Nebe. This is the Isha. So this man is now pushing his pants to his Isha here. I love that. But look at this. She is bringing up his pants. They want to confuse us. They don't want us to understand what is that. That's why we call it Obakrum okay. Obakrum okay. Okay, class, I'm very happy. At least today you're going home with something. When you are moving, you have to move with confidence as a biology class student. You'll be able to tell people that we don't have only... People think that we have only two gender, male and female. No. And when people think about gender, they think it's only for men and women. No, gender is your way of life, the way you associate with your environment, your social culture values, the way you think about yourself. It is not all about being a man or a woman. In our next class, we are going to study about reproduction processes. Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Are we good?
Yes, sir.
School dismissed.
I'm a